Thank you, Casual.
I got you.
The wingman I needed.
I got you, man.
And speaking of that, can Promiscu and Jessica be the wingman that they need to find some kills here?
Well,
Sigs, Leona,
they don't
Noctis.
have matching skins now for the color skins like Bao said
Wait,
last time.
okay, but that
well,
I'm
it's
sorry,
a little
I'm
bit.
sorry, yeah, it's
yeah,
just
a little bit.
that yellow is just much bolder. That's
Yeah.
not fair. That skin's just older.
Okay, I
so
can
the
see it. There is
colors
red
aren't
and
as-
kind of
aren't
like
as-
goldish yellow on both of them, but the hair is just kind of giving away.
Yeah.
Promiscu might have to be careful right now, but Elioyo didn't start the W. But Mad Lions are kind of looking for some kind of invade here. The wards should sway them away, but Elioyo just wants to see where Zanzaro starts, to see where he's pathing towards. Neither team has a sweeper, so can't deny the vision. Quick thing to note, of course, there's 3 TPs on both sides. Ziggs will run the TP because he wants to push to Lost Chapter and TP back. Cars, he's going to match that. He knows he's going to get poked out. He knows he's going to lose this lane. He needs TP to make sure that he can keep up in CS.
And Zanzaro waiting here, going to take the Blast Cone away and going to go over and start this blue now. While he does have some solid lane matchup to set him up for success, I expect his early clear to be a little bit slower, especially when Elioyo is benefiting from a leash.
Yeah, Trundle's really good at solo target camps, so when it comes to buffs and Gromp, he should do them pretty quick. Wolves as well, but Raptors definitely struggles. What he was doing there is waiting as long as possible for the buff spawns to give Mad Lions less time to react with the information given when he shows on the blue buff. But both junglers pathing top. I think Astralis should have mid and bot push, but I'm not sure about top lane. I think it will be contested. We'll see which jungler gets up there first, but it looks like for now, Armut will win out on these level 1 trades, so inevitably he has the push.
And again, easy way to tell what part of a champion is very powerful on a patch and competitive is to look at the patches that's coming up. And in this case, it's Gwen's Skip and Slash, ludicrously powerful ability level 1. You saw Armor Skillet. It's getting taken down on 11-15, but as we are on 11-14, you can see how oppressive of a trading tool it is in lane.
Yeah, just going back to both these two teams like we were talking about in the draft, Astralis really struggles in the early game. They still sit at 5 wins despite losing so hard in the early stages of the game when it comes to backdoors, when it comes to finding picks, punishing the enemy team's mistakes. You can see it. They're 10th across the board when it comes to being ahead as a team, even though they sit in 6th place, right? So you're looking at teams like Schalke, SK, XL, they're worse than these teams in the early stages of the game, but they still manage to find wins. That could come down to great team fighting, but from what I've seen, it comes down to enemy teams throwing and a bit of both of just, clean execution on team fights and good decision making.
And credit to Astralis for, even though they may lose composure or make mistakes in the early game, still being there and those key moments, being present and able to find those opportunities in the mid to late game. But it's something that we're going to watch this game, see if they can get a lead, set themselves up with a lead, set themselves up with an advantage to take more. Top lane, a bit of a struggle right now as White Knight tries to trade here, but you can see mid lane, Orianna already pushing. Bot lane is Ziggs and Leona, as expected, pushing and allowing Promiscu now to roam. Not going to force the flash out from Humanoid, but very good roam early. So
what Promiscu is doing is, because he's winning bot lane, he's moving towards the top side to make sure Zanzaro has this crab for free, so Zanzaro should be able to get double crab here, because they should maintain bot push. Jeskla needs to be careful though. Kaiser could look to flash on him. They don't have a lot of CC, because Kaiser doesn't have the E yet, he only has the combo. But you can see Promiscu just starting the crab. What Zanzaro will do is run through mid to bot crab. Maybe he'll get Humanoid's flash here.
Gold card trying to walk away. Humanoid has to flash out to safety flash forward from Zanzaro. Big damage now coming in. Elioyo can try to follow up, but Zanzaro doesn't go into the tower. First blood for Astralis. A good look. Elioyo trying to trade a little bit back here, but not a lot for him to grab.
Massive play there from Zanzaro, using the early game strength of the Trundle with the PTA, with the Q. Lots of bursts, manages to finish him off. Kaiser going on to Promiscu. Humanoid's coming back with TP.
Good damage. Ignite now taking down. Promiscu has to run for the hills. Zanzaro on the way, and how long in the pillar? Cooldown coming up just in time. Again, 2 clutch pillars coming in, but Karzi not done yet. Promiscu running as fast as he can. Hex flash available, but it should be easy. Q over the wall. Wild cards. Promiscu. Footwork is clean. Flash forward. Charging up the Spectral Maw. And Elioyo going to grab that one.
Okay, so it's a 1-for-1. I think Astralis could have gotten away with the first blood and looked for the bot crab if they just kind of backed off, but Promiscu went a bit too deep in the jungle. Only level 2. Tried to get the sweeper plant and then ends up dying. Elioyo had to flash for it. In the end, 1-for-1, but beneficial more, I'd say, for Astralis, because Promiscu will just get back to this lane and get the XP anyway. Zanzaro can keep farming up, and both mid laners have TP'd back to the lane.
Overall, though, a bit difficult for Astralis. Jessica, of course, going to be forced back for now. Things get easy when he gets the Lost Chapter and kind of indefinitely sustain a push, but across the board, Mad Lions, just a small gold advantage here, despite what was initially a positive play for Astralis.
Yeah, and I have to say, small mistake there from Humanoid. They knew Zanzaro was on this top crab. They saw Promiscu move up to help him secure it, but then still didn't really respect the topside gank. And we talked about these two teams, Astralis like the comeback team, whereas Mad Lions are, to me, one of the biggest throwy teams. I'm going to use the word throwy. Because when it comes to mid to late game, it seems like they just seem to drop the ball. So we'll see if Astralis can punish that. For now, it's even. Both junglers going to clear out their second respawn. Both top laners still have TP, but crucially, Humanoid has no flash. So walking up to this wave, especially when Magiphelix hits level 6, especially when Promiscu can move out of lane from bot, and especially when Zanzaro has that pillar, he needs to be very careful.
Any other especiallys before we continue forward with the...
No, I'm good.
Okay.
That's all I wanted.
All right, we'll just stop at like 3, was it? All right, Armut, gonna sit. very easily in this lane. And I think that's a big deal for Mad Lions because Armut, while he's often received counter pick in his respective solo lane or powerful picks, his numbers this season have been difficult. And that said, this is going to be a cast where we talk about some of the more critical points of these teams because both of them need to find the consistency, need to find wins heading into for Astralis, what could be potential playoffs, and Mad, what is expected playoffs. But Armut falling behind.
Yeah, he's really struggling this split. And I think there's a lot of reasons as to why, and I would attribute it more to out-of-game stuff, which is affecting his in-game stuff, of course. You know, they had the quarantine situation, they had the burnout MSI. He even said specifically in an interview, I believe it was, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, that he really got to a point where he hated League of Legends. He couldn't really force himself to play the game and he lost a lot of motivation. But now he's slowly starting to bring it back. So we'll see if he can turn it around because he's very low when it comes to statistics, laning phase, impact on the map for his team. But for now has the top push, winning out on the trades, which will help Elyoya out to get towards mid. Who will be spotted out. A lot of trading here. Humanoid doesn't have flash yet, but he's got the spell book to pick himself up a heal.
He's still level 5. And as mentioned, the heal is there, not a lot of mana. Corrupting Potion out of stacks now. He's going to push the wave in. Felix also running very low, so it looks like this is just going to even the respective waves out. Both mid laners should be able to back away.
Yeah, Humanoid no mana, so he wants to go to base. He has the ultimate up, and I expect him to want to look towards bot lane. The reason for that is Jessel has no cleanse. When you see AD carries, typically they run the cleanse. Ziggs can't really do that. He needs the TP so he can base TP back with Lost Chapter and keep up the pressure. That's the whole reason you pick Ziggs for the lane pressure. And you can see Humanoid already running bot lane. Not even going towards mid lane, just running straight to the bot wave. See if Astralis can react to this in time, because they need to be careful here. Promiscu still has no flash, so if Kaiser flashes in, they should start a 4v4. Both top laners have TP. Zanzara.
Zanzara ready to start this fight, but Humanoid in the potential area. The ultimate immediately going to come out. Gold card going to go down. They're focusing on Zanzara for now. One of the tankier members, but a clean Ezreal ult across 3. Humanoid grabs the first kill. Mad Lions pushing back Astralis. Magic Felix, does he see the play? Does he see the window of opportunity? Gold card again, going to be ready for Humanoid, and it looks like the turn back as he locks the blue and starts the ocean. Yeah, good decisiveness there from Mad Lions to turn the second Zanzara blast codes over that wall because he has no flash. It's just about to come up, and he used that on the mid play to kill Humanoid, so they had the timer. Humanoid smartly ran straight bot lane to make sure he's here for this play. Really good execution with the stun and with the ultimate. They get themselves a kill, and they're going to get the dragon as well. Humanoid. Ooh. Well, he missed that ult because of the move speed coming out from the heal from Humanoid, so it's a trade-off, you know, using the ultimate for the summoner spell. So although it looked a bit weird, you can understand why he was able to dodge away. And well played by Humanoid to take into account the move speed from heal. Not just the health stat there, but getting out of the ult completely, always going to feel good. That said, you can see Magic Felix able to rain down a lot of poke. Maybe part of the reason that the Merc Treads first came out from Humanoid, just trying to mitigate some of that early damage. Yeah, and just goes TP back to his lane. Karzi doesn't have it up just yet, so the only people with TP right now are the top laners. Humanoid's ult is on cooldown, but Herald is up, so is top grab, so Mad Lions want to force on his top side and leave Karzi on the weak side of the map. But look what Astralis is doing in response. They know that something's around this top side, so Zanzara and Promiscu are going to team up, make sure they can move in after this red buff. They're going to look for some kind of 3v3, because this Herald is going to get started up. Kicking that one off. Promiscu Zanzara in the area, but you can see Elyoya steadily pulling ahead when it comes to experience. 61 to 48, the CS score. Grabbing this one would be big. Either breaking down mid lane in a game with TF would be massive for the side of Mad Lions. Similarly, breaking Ziggs out of lane would also be pretty solid. So the options are up there for Mad. They can really do anything they want with this Herald, and it'll pretty much always feel good. That said, Zanzara coming to mid lane, focusing on the kills as Gold card comes out, and Promiscu and Magic Felix not in a position to follow. Astralis look a bit all over the place. It feels like Promiscu was hanging around to try and contest the Herald, waiting for Zanzara, but then they realized that White Knight, had to catch the top wave, so they were at a numbers disadvantage. So then they just tried to gank mid, and in the end, they get nothing for this. Mad Lions get a Herald for free. There's nothing on the cross map because Karzi's safe in the 1v1, and now in the 1v2, he's just going to back off after clearing the waves. So a little bit of indecisiveness there from Astralis gives Mad Lions sort of a free Herald. Ah, and after that initial play that Mad Lions made with the first ulti coming out from Humanoid, it feels like they are back in control despite what were expected to be favored lane matchups for the side of Astralis. Arm with no flash, and Humanoid has TP. If Zanzara overcommits for that gank top, there will be a TP in because Magic Felix doesn't have it yet. I think he got spotted out on the ward though, so Armut with this no flash Gwen, of course running the Ignite, has a little bit of mobility with E, is winning out in this lane and will be unpunished for now. Magic Felix doing what he can. Iron Spike Whip makes it a little bit easier, but you highlighted it. 40 less damage at max rank if you are going to max the Tempest. Always makes things very difficult for Lee Sin in lane, but now White Knight has to be careful here. Leaping for Armut. 4 stacks on the snip, but White Knight not really taking the bait here. Yeah, White Knight wants to crash this top wave. Armut doesn't want to let him do it. Elyoya's around and they have TP on Humanoid. Back, Elyoya waiting for now. White Knight now stepping away. Pillar just to disengage the play. Needlework not going to do much there, and both sides going to walk away scot-free. Both junglers spending a little bit of time up on the top side. Improved recall, though, for Elyoya means he can just go back and return to the bottom side of the map if he wants to.
Yeah, so what you're looking at right now is Elyoya is looking for an opportunity to use Herald. He can't use it top because the wave was pushing in, so he covers Armut. They win out on the 3v3 because Humanoid can be there first, and that's why the game is almost like in a slow pace right now. Astralis want their carries to scale, whereas Mad Lions want to use Humanoid and Elyoya to get to these side lanes and make impact. And Humanoid, the standout player for me for Mad Lions. I mean, his stats are phenomenal, his laning is fantastic. He's been carrying them through a lot of their wins this split, despite the whole team struggling. But he's definitely the player I look at. And when you put it on something like TF, a supportive mid laner, then Carzzy and Armut need to be the ones to step up. Carzzy and Armut need to be the ones to get the resources to carry the games, because this TF, it's just going to be an Everfrost rapid fire stun bot. So Humanoid wants to give up his lane, give up CS, fall a little bit behind in the lane itself, and snowball his side lanes. He did manage to get a kill on his team so far. He has ultimate up right now, and he's going to have Ignite too, so we'll see if he can get another.
Shockwave pulls him back. Not going to overcommit here, though. Magifelix still stepping forward. Elyoya can't get the stun over the wall, but he himself cannot dash over without the use of the ult or the flash. Again, gold card flash forward. Elyoya go forward, flash Spectral Maw. Immediately going to try to follow up with the ult. He's going to grab that kill, reset, turn into Orianna. Turn on the command Dissonance and try to walk away. Reset on the ultimate. Zanzarah forced to use the ult early and walk away there.
Wow, what a clean play from the mid jungle there of Mad Lions. Decisive. Humanoid must have been the one calling that, because he doesn't even hesitate when he flashes forward to get the play. And that's exactly what we're talking about. He's just a stun bot, but that's enough for Elyoya to follow up. I love that play, because as soon as he hit the stun, Elyoya managed to follow with the flash stun and then ult to Magifelix's flash. So to me, that didn't look like an opportunity for a gank, but Mad Lions managed to pull it off. They get Magifelix's flash, and we're going to see it again, just how clean it is. So Humanoid's trying to bait Magifelix in here. He's trying to tell him, come fight me, you know, all in me. I've got my jungler right behind me. And in the end, he doesn't manage to force him to do it. But here with the flash forwards, watch Elyoya instantly pops the E, flash W straight through, and then just ults his flash. So really clean play there from the mid jungle.
Absolutely. And Kadril, while we have a brief moment to chat here, it kind of brings up a question, because we've seen in the top two teams, Nisqy's been having a great split, Larsen's been struggling a little bit, Caps has been all over the place. So the question that I want to ask you and ask the people at home is that, is Humanoid the best mid in EU right now? Now, he's certainly, on the outside perspective, looks like the MVP of Mad Lions this split. He's had incredible performances left and right. And again, with Caps struggling, with Larsen struggling, Nisqy may be a competitor. Is Humanoid now the guy that's number one?
Right now and get him killed because he has no flash. Zanzarah can look for him. Promiscue has ultimate as well. The caster curse is coming in!
Just like that! No! Humanoid gonna get taken down. Easy pickup. Clean play from the side of Astralis.
Oh, the caster curse came in, but yeah, Mad Lions tried to cross map on bot. They used Herald. They're starting this Drake, but Astralis punished the no flash from the mid gank earlier on, and now they might be able to just take away a dragon in their face. Magifelix is right behind them. Promiscue's on the way. Jeskler's there too. Elyoya needs to be really careful here if he wants to try to steal this.
Go forward. Is going to miss out on that one. Good bit of poke now coming down. And Kadril, I have a sneaking suspicion that I know how that vote's going to go after that. Sorry. We invoked the power of the caster curse. I thought the only time we could do that was with the phrase, paraphrase, it's begins with success. To paraphrase the infamous phrase, don't want to actually invoke any power here. But
that's just proof right there of the caster curse. But going back to your question, I think it's a long topic of discussion. I think Humanoid has been the best performing mid in the regular season. This time around, I have to say, consistently in terms of how much carry potential he's got for this team and how many wins he's kind of carried them over the finish line. There's a lot of context to look at, but definitely the most consistent, one of the most standouts for me. I think he's cleaned up a lot of his mistakes as well. What happened to normally with Humanoid was, especially in spring, he'd get really far ahead in his lane, or his team would play for him and he'd get caught out a lot in side lanes, you know. He had a lot of isolated deaths, and majority of people, you know, they think not, but now we've got a TP in bot, and that's going to be Magifelix.
40%, yeah, certainly not bad to see. Magifelix, though, trying to lock him up. Shockwave, not available quite yet. Promiscue, that one goes a bit wide. Ulti goes in, and not a whole lot left there. Zanzarah now chasing down, though, so early healing coming back. Carzzy just needs to get his E cooldown back to flash over. Zanzarah now going in. That's one big troll, and he's got him.
So you might be wondering why Magifelix didn't ultimate there straight away. He knew Carzzy would flash it. It was just a stare down. Carzzy was waiting for Magifelix to ult, and the longer he saved it, Carzzy just had to stand there because he had no flash. The ball's on top of him. So what Magifelix was doing was trying to buy as much time as he could. So I'd love to see a replay of that. But Astralis are going to get bot tower. They heralded it. No, Mad Lions heralded their tower earlier on, but Astralis able to answer. Magifelix smartly backing away here because Mad Lions dominate the top side of the map. Armut's going to get top tower, but Mad Lions winning out on this trade if they get mid tower as well. 2 towers for 1.
Promiscue has to be careful here, though. Needs to be able to proc Aftershock very quickly if he wants to walk away with his life. But Zanzarah now coming in. That is one big trundle. Shockwave now coming in. The follow from is there from the Leona. The Ignite now ticking down. Zanzarah trying to get one back, and they have by taking out the Viego. The rest of the fight so easy. White Knight now with the follow-up. The instant kick. Doesn't even wait for the Sonic Wave. Goes a bit wide on that one. But overall, huge trade for Astralis.
Oh yeah, definitely. They were losing out on the neutral objectives. They were losing out in towers, but they get themselves 2 kills, a shutdown at that as well. White Knight was slightly behind, but now he's got himself 2 kills and was able to turn up to the plate just in time. You can see Mad Lions committing to this tower and going on to Promiscu. And I thought here the 3v3 would be tough because Promiscu doesn't have ult, Zanzara doesn't have ult, and Mad Lions have everything. Shockwave was great, but White Knight turns up just in time to finish off Elyoya before he can get the reset onto Zanzara and then flashes over the wall to secure the second. So good play there from White Knight. Completely drops top wave at the top lane. He was losing a lot of creeps, but he knew he had to be mid for the fight.
Dang. And again, I'm Zanzara on this Trundle. Lots of people banded against him because it is such a big comfort pick, and you're starting to see why. 1-1 and 4, 100% kill participation. The pillars have been clean. The build with the Divine Sunderer, I'm liking it. He's doing a lot of damage in these exchanges, and while Astralis are still behind in the gold, they are making plays to make themselves, or to bring themselves back into the game. That said, Carzzy now grabbing a tower on the bottom side, top lane tower already dead, mid lane tower open, the map very wide open for Mad Lions overall, only losing 1 tower themselves.
Yeah, they got 3 towers, but Astralis have control of the top side, so they can focus down this top tower, focus down this Herald, which will lead to a mid tower. So maybe they can answer back on the neutral objectives.
So
they're gonna start this one up.
See what they can do here. Forward Elyoya stepping in.
Carzzy's quite far away, but I think Mad Lions do want to contest this. The TF ult is used, so they are going to commit to this. Astralis needs to be careful because White Knight has to TP in. Humanoid on the side.
Gold card ready to go. He's going to lock up Jessica. Good damage coming in onto Jessica. They don't have a way to finish it. Elyoya going to steal that one away. That has to hurt for Astralis. But Zanzara now on the hunt. Lock up there, but it's right on the Kaiser. Definitely not what they needed. Promiscu going a little wide there on the Zenith Blade. Astralis debating. Do they want this fight? Humanoid on the backside. Carzzy on the backside. If they overcommit to this pinch, it could be disastrous because here comes Kaiser. Elyoya alive as well. They're just fishing for a reset, but already Astralis are taking this one for now. Kaiser running. He's got no ultimate left. The Shockwave. Everyone forced to leap away, and Astralis again taking the fight.
Mad Lions wanted to steal the Herald and all run away. They tried to disengage, but Astralis chased them all the way that they could and managed to start the fight. Promiscu missed his flash engage as well, so I thought that Mad Lions might have gotten out of that. But that flash kick from White Knight, or the wall jump kick onto Armor to put him into 4 members of Astralis to get the first kill to then start moving forwards, was what made them win it in the end. So let's look at that again, because Elyoya steals it away, and the second he does, all of Mad Lions bail. And it looks like Astralis don't have the range to follow up. So Elyoya gets the Herald, and now everyone starts to run away. The engage comes onto Kaiser, and Promiscu here, watch him, he misses his E-flash onto Kaiser. So I thought the fight was over there. But watch White Knight. Goes in straight away, gets the kick onto Armut, and as dangerous as it looked, having a Gwen on top of 3 people, with a combo as well, they do manage to kill him, and Humanoid and Carzzy are way too split.
And the big thing here is Kaiser has Aftershock, but he does not have ult, and that pillar right there stops any hope of escape. And with 2 members down, Astralis, easy cleanup on the fight. Now they can't find anything else, but they might just find Humanoid the flash away. Gold card for now, clean movement. As Promiscu's gonna be in trouble. Magic Felix forced now to back away, but both sides looking for a little bit more. Zanzara stepping forward again, waiting on that pillar, but Astralis just want this Mountain Drake.
Yeah, so tanky. Promiscu manages to live through all that damage, but here comes the push in mid. They're pushing top as well with the TP. Yes, Astralis are going to get the second dragon of the game, but how much are they going to lose for it? Herald in mid. Mad Lions pushing in. They're going to get the tier 2. Maybe they can go for a tier 3 as well. Jeskla is probably going to have to ult the mid wave or the top wave because they're going to lose top tier 2 as well, maybe. They're going to walk into that. Good macro play here from Mad Lions. Drop the fight, drop the Drake. How many towers can they get? The ult comes out. I think that's going to be it. It's just going to be a mid tier 1. So it looked good. And maybe it could have turned into more there for the top tower, but good reaction from Jeskla.
And again, Mad Lions holding onto the gold lead for now, even with Astralis pulling ahead in kills. 3-7 overall. It's the extra Drake to Astralis, really their only big benefit. Most of that gold towers, 4-1. Astralis falling behind there, but this is not a perfect, clean game from either side. Everything is being traded. Nobody gets any advantage for free in this one.
Yeah, it feels like what's happening in this game is Mad Lions are getting neutral objectives. They're getting Heralds, Dragons, Towers. But for every neutral objective they get, they're paying a price in a kill, you know, or just a double kill. Things like this, when they're pushing the mid tower, trying to force that Herald, they're losing kills for objectives. So Astralis are behind in gold, but they're starting to keep up. Now, Mad Lions want to force here, but all of Astralis are around.
Elyoya off to the side. Again, so much CC, so much damage. Elyoya unstoppable with the ultimate. Good heads-up play to make it out of that one. Humanoid now walking in. He connects on the Sonic Wave. White Knight on the Lee Sin. Magic Felix there now to back him up. Carzzy now going to be in trouble as well. White Knight still alive. White Knight holding on the tower. Gonna finish him off. Mad Lions fighting back with everything they've got, trying to stop this push from Astralis. There's no mana on Zanzara, but Magic Felix with the blue buff. Jessica here as well. They've got the power of a Ziggs, the Demolish proc as well. They should be able to burst down this tower in an instant. They finish it off. Mad Lions debating. Do they still want more? Karzi still stepping forward. One last Q is going to do it. Ulti fired back from Jessica, but both sides going to walk away. Again, nobody gets anything for free.
Mad Lions are just trying to buy time. The carries just step forward, so Armut can keep doing exactly what he's doing here, denying a huge wave from Astralis and taking the bot tier 2. It will be a lot of gold going into his pocket. They reach 600, and there it is. Astralis, they get a kill, and they get a tower. But they end up giving up 2 and now a bot tier 2 as well. So it feels like, yes, Astralis are winning the fights. It feels like, yes, they are being able to push their advantage forwards. But this is a 5v4 from the get-go. And Mad Lions win out on the trade when it comes to the gold trade-off. So White Knight, really good Q here. So what he does is he gets onto Elyoya, looks like he's backing off, hits the Q. And he does manage to finish the ward, the jump, sorry, onto the minion. Looks like it saves him, but Kaiser flash knocks him back into tower and then stuns him to make sure he takes an extra hit. So now all Mad Lions want to do is try to clear the wave, buy time for Armut, and make sure Astralis can't back off.
But hard for them to push anyone off the wave. Humanoid has decent wave clear, but again, the Trundle is so tanky. Promise Q is very tanky. Karzi, at the end of the day, willing to play Ezreal at the limit there, eating forward, knowing that he has just enough space to make this work. But you can see how this game is going to get harder if Ziggs ults like that keep connecting. Yeah,
especially when both these AP carries start to pick up things like Zhonya's and Rabadons and Seraphs. These late-game items and defensive items are going to do so much damage to Mad Lions when they have barely any resistances barring the Mercury Tread. So we'll keep an eye on how the game progresses because Mad Lions 3k gold up. Yes, but Astralis, it feels like they're just constantly in control. Yes, they're losing out on the objective trades, but they're slowly winning these fights, and I think they're going to get stronger and stronger.
And Astralis winning here would be massive, because again, the standings very close. Ooh. G2 at 7 wins, Astralis at 5. They win, they're up here to 6, only one behind G2. Of course, we'll see what G2 do later in the day. Mad Lions only at 8 wins. While they are so close to playoffs, it is not out of the realm of possibility. This could be a struggle for them. Karzi going to be in trouble. Kick back. Good use of the E to make it out to safety. But again, why that's important is because while Mad, yes, are a few wins ahead of the rest of the competition, they also have one of the hardest schedules in the league. Again, Astralis, one of the easiest, Mad Lions on the opposite side, one of the hardest, most brutal schedule in the league. They need to find wins. It feels like they've already locked playoffs because we're so used to talking about them in the top 4, but their schedule is not easy. And if you start losing games to Astralis in the final moments, how are fans going to believe in you when it comes to the G2s, the Fanatics, the Rogues, the Misfits in this league?
Yeah, you're completely right. Dropping the game here would be massive. Not only for Mad Lions, the team, when it comes to making playoffs, but Astralis, because they've got such an easier schedule. They'll only be 2 wins behind, and there's 4 games left to go for. So, what we actually missed there slightly was White Knight tried to go for a flash kick. He lost his flash on Karzi. Good reaction time there, but now Humanoid is going to get cancelled.
Back, Gold Card going to come out. He's trying to run as fast as he can. Not going to connect on the snare either. Magic Felix going to grab that one.
Okay, that's a pick, but what can they get for it? I don't think they can start up the Baron. They don't have control, and Armut's pushing in bot, so they need to answer this bot wave. I think Jeskla or White Knight might have to go down there to clear that out, but a pick is a pick, and Astralis can now decide to back off. These pushing waves won't hurt them too much. 30 seconds on the Dragon. If Astralis can get that, they're on Mountain Soul Point.
That's going to be big. Again, very tanky members on their team, both Leona as well as the Trundle will be happy to have that one. And Mad Lions getting caught on side lanes is not something that we are strangers to seeing, but Humanoid, the gold leader in the game, alongside the 2 other carries on his team, cannot afford to make mistakes like that. The good news, no major shutdowns going to be given up. Astralis very much still behind in the gold overall, yet despite how far defined they have been this entire game, they continue to win out on these fights. The execution has been pretty consistent.
Yeah, Humanoid's top gold because of his passive in the towers, you'd expect, because looks like Karzi's slightly more ahead in farm and stuff, but it might be a fight here on the Dragon. Humanoid's TP'd in. A straight 5v5 out favor Astralis, but the Orianna ult isn't up just yet. They have to play it slow. Kaiser.
Smite, where's it going to go? First objective, they managed to take the Dragon. Kaiser now committing. Stun on the back line. It's going to be big. Leona ult, not going to connect. Now the shockwave for 3, it's massive! Zanzar can step forward. A clean sidestep on the Ezreal ult for now. Astralis, they're debating. Do they want this fight? Do they want to back away? Humanoid has to be careful. Sonic Wave goes in. It's flawless. The coordination from Astralis is clean. The knockback from the Satchel just to make sure he cannot stop the Lee Sin in mid-air. Astralis grabbed the objective, they grabbed the kill. Mad Lions have to be careful. Another mistake like that could cost them the Baron.
Yeah, Astralis on Dragon Soul Point here. Karzi still poking him down. I don't think the fight's over, Dracos. They might look for more.
Promise Q ready to go in again. Resets for Elyoya are a big deal here. But cannot find one. These fights are very difficult. Zanzara constantly a threat here. Jessica has to get out though. The Ziggs very vulnerable. Astralis going to be forced back.
Yeah, Mad Lions have so much poke, and it's all because of Karzi. He's hitting so many Qs on the front line of Astralis. Astralis have so many zoning tools. The Pillar, the Shockwave, the Ziggs ult, the Leona ult. If Mad Lions step 1 step too far, they're going to get hit by them. But Karzi's playing at max range. He's going to cancel Promiscue's base here, but he's going very aggressive. Needs to be careful, because now White Knight's TPing behind him. He has Flash, and he has E, I believe.
The collapsing kill on 80 carry. This could be big. Karzi ready to go over the wall. Clean, though. The immediate flash into the Arcane Shift takes him out to safety. White Knight, no kick available, means he cannot punish. Ulti going in. Carzzy, rather.
So Carzzy's just trying to be annoying here for Astralis. He's trying to poke them out and make it so they can't base. So he stopped Magifelix's base. He stopped Promiscue's base. Now look at the minimap. They are stuck in base trying to run out towards the top side to get vision around Baron. But who's there first? It's Mad Lions. And why is that? Because Carzzy poked them out. The fight stopped evenly after Humanoid died. But Mad Lions keep control because Carzzy stopped their bases. Now they're going to have to push out mid, group up, and then sweep out all the vision in their jungle before they can get vision on this Baron. So Mad Lions still have control, and they could punish any face check here from Astralis. Now Astralis have no TP on White Knight. He had the TP in there, and now Magifelix has to be the side laner against Armut. When he's 2 levels down, that's dangerous.
And again, Astralis keep winning the fights, but Mad Lions keep winning the macro game. It's 5 towers to 2. They keep outmaneuvering, outsmarting in a lot of these circumstances, but Astralis, as long as they keep winning the fights, they should be okay. That said, giving up Baron would be a disaster, and Mad Lions are the one with priority access.
And just like we talked about at the start of the game, Astralis are a team who wins games when they're behind. They're behind in gold here, and you can see why. They're winning fights, but their macro just isn't there. Zanzara might get caught here. I think the rest of the Mad Lions are on Nash right now, so they're 3-manning it. It's only White Knight there. Magifelix needs to TP in.
White Knight, a heroic play. We've seen good moments from his Lee Sin all season long. The kick going to go in, the Sonic Wave going to spot it out. Big Zigzag, but it's not going to do too much to Elyoya and Carzzy. TP's now being used. They're getting so many resources out of the Mad Lions. Now kicking in, now trying to finish the job. Elyoya, the knock-up not quite there. He's trying to turn it right back. White Knight is now going to be in trouble. Elyoya, does he have the ultimate? Yes, he does. He can join the fight, get the resets as well, but Kaiser gets taken down, and White Knight
Astralis going to take the Baron. He's still low.
Carzzy getting stealed away. No! Astralis, I cannot believe it at 5 wins now. They're looking to make it 6. The ulti not enough for Elyoya. The double kill for White Knight.
Has to be careful.
Are in total control of this game. Promiscue out of nowhere. The pillar as well. There's no room. The blast cone. Will it be enough? Not likely. Promiscue finds the kill.
Mad Lions tried to force Baron. Zanzara wasn't even at the Baron area. He was in bot lane, but White Knight is the man of the match this game. He's picking off members left and right in fights. He's clutching it out in the Dragon fights, but now on the Baron, he just forces its 1v3. Magifelix's TP looks pretty late, but he does show up in the end. White Knight clutches fight. He gets Kaiser, he gets Elyoya, and because the Baron was so low from them doing it, they just steal it away.
And again, Cadril, say what you want about the team coordination of Astralis, but when it comes push comes to shove, the individual moments from players like Zanzara, Magifelix to the Shockwave, White Knight with this entire series of play here, he showed up in a big way for the team.
Yeah, look at White Knight just hitting Qs left and right. He Qs Elyoya, forces him out the fight, hits Kaiser, gets his flash, zones Elyoya out the pit. Astralis are able to just steal it away. Carzzy tries to rob it back, but he can't get it because he doesn't have the vision to do so. I think he didn't have the damage either. And then White Knight manages to pick up 2, and Promiscue just randomly standing in their blue buff entrance. Who would have thought? Humanoid face checks him and dies as well. So 3 kills for Astralis now. And this is what we're talking about from the very start of the game. Astralis will lose the early game. They will get out macroed, but the team fights is where they're going to shine. They have the Baron, 1 minute on the Mountain Soul as well.
They have so many clutch moments. And again, they're 5 and 8 in the standings. This is not last season where they can have a fantastic week 8 and it is ultimately meaningless. They are still very much in the race for playoffs. Coming into today, there were millions upon millions of scenarios. Coming into this game, there were 8 million alone, more than that. But just in a million of those scenarios, we looked at a million of those scenarios, 98.2% Mad Lions make playoffs, 38.5% for Astralis. But how many of you, I guarantee not 38.5% of you would have said Astralis are going to be a team to make it. But after this game, maybe the story changes because despite everything, again, the gold leads, individual mistakes stacked against them, these small moments where they fumble, small moments where they show up, where they find kills, where they find picks, where they find opportunities, have again reigned in their favor.
Yeah, and the strength of schedule favoring Astralis heavily, but Mad Lions will be 2 wins ahead if Astralis do win, so a lot to play for in the last week and tomorrow. But Mountain Soul in 5 seconds. Astralis have the setup, but Mad Lions have to contest. Keep your eyes on White Knight, keep your eyes on Kaiser. I think these are 2 main playmakers when it comes to team fights itself, and Carzzy is just going to try to poke them out. Ultimate will come across, ultimate from TF will spot them all out. Astralis already chunked out a little bit, and Humanoid's behind them. There's a 3-way pincer on Astralis here. They have to be decisive, they have to group up and go in one direction together.
The gold card hits Jesco, Jesco's instantly going to be dead. Carzzy trying to finish the job. Boom, 1 tap. Mad Lions now running for the hills, but instantly Astralis are ready to fire back. They've already found 1. Armut off to the side, Elyoya off to the side. They just want to finish off the Mountain Soul. Humanoid untouched for now. He goes golden, buys a bit more space to work with. Armut, maybe he can be the difference maker. Maybe if he can turn around. Humanoid, the flash over the wall, the kill. Magifelix, no. The command protect will keep him standing. Zanzara now unstoppable, but that's the reset for Elyoya. Zanzara running for the hills, but he's running into enemy territory. He needs to go up and he needs to get out. Meanwhile, the Drake still up and available. Mad Lions will take this one and stop Astralis for now.
Yeah, Magifelix doesn't have TP, so he can't TP back. They have to give up the 3v3. Armut was the one carrying that fight. He was doing so much damage to sway away Astralis, and I think Astralis might be able to get a mid-tier 2 off the back of it because they have the Baron, which, yeah, just expired, but they have the wave as well. They're gonna get a tier 2 mid, but they're not gonna get the Mountain Soul. That fight was really messy, but Mad Lions, from the get-go, have a clear plan going into it. Carzzy from the top side, 3 men from the bot side, and Humanoid from the top right. 3-way pincer means Jeskla has nowhere to run, and he does get stunned up and taken down, but then watch Carzzy as soon as he does kill Jeskla. He has the E forward to get the kill, and once he does that, everyone turns onto him. Both AD carries die instantly, and then it's Magifelix versus Armut. Armut gets them all stacked up on the ultimate, and White Knight's just trying to buy time and run away, so Armut's 1v3 at the bottom of your screen, zoning them all away. Humanoid goes for the hero play, but doesn't have the damage.
And again, we talked about the TF. Yes, the gold cards are clean. Yes, you can set other people up for success, but this is not the Akali. This is not even Humanoid's Orianna. He does not have the tools to do all of the damage in the fight, and you can see in the last fight, Gwen, the big contributor. Yes, Ezreal and TF able to do work, but Trundle! Divine Sunderer Trundle! My god, that damage is ridiculous. White Knight as well. Astralis outplaying Mad in these team fights, and again, the early game not in their favor, the objectives not in their favor, but the fights, the skirmishes have been going so consistently well for them this entire game.
Yeah, Astralis always winning out on these fights, but that one they lost. It was a 2-for-2 in the end, but the members who were alive were stronger on the side of Mad Lions, and they had to give up that Dragon. Wow, this game is on a knife's edge. Astralis only around 1k gold up at this point, but the game feels incredibly even. Gold doesn't really even matter at this point. 1 minute on the Nash, 3 minutes on the Dragon. I think that was a team fight of a lifetime from Mad Lions in the way that they had the setup already. And Astralis, if they're clumped up and they're just a death ball, they should be able to run in one direction and stop Mad Lions as engaged from the sides. But the sides are what we're looking at now. Armut pushing in top, Humanoid pushing in bot. Astralis have to be decisive here. They have 3 TPs, so White Knight can catch bot. But who's going to catch the top wave? Because Armut just keeps pushing it in. Astralis, you might be a 5-man unit, but if you get split up and spread out around the map, then you're going to lose out on these neutrals because these waves keep getting pushed in and they just keep losing these side waves.
And again, it's a story of force versus finesse. Astralis have been so good at forcing, but Mad Lions still finding ways to fight back on the map, even if they cannot win out in the 5v5. Astralis, it's 30 seconds left to the Baron. They've got waves pushing in on the top side, some creeps that they're going to have to give up. They want to stay in the area. Zanzara, though, he's ready for another fight.
Yeah, I think if you're Astralis here, if these side lanes keep getting pushed in, it's just a Baron force, isn't it? You have the setup already, you have the waves pushed in. Promiscue's going to base 20 seconds for that objective to refresh his wards, maybe restack up on pinks, and then get back to this Baron ASAP. Maybe push out top a little bit if you can, that'll help out. But I think they might need to just force it. TP coming in here from Carzzy, I believe, who doesn't have the Cyrildas completed, so that's going to hurt him when it comes to the 4th item, trying to take down White Knight and Zanzara. Now a TP top from Armut. They want to keep pushing in these waves. Astralis have to make a decision soon.
Have to be careful, Carzzy.
Wait,
even after
White Knight.
he's back, he has to be careful, has to flash out to safety. Elyoya ready to fire back. Ulti comes in from the Ziggs, but again, on the outside, not really doing a lot of damage. Armut could potentially just get zoned out here.
You can see they're just splitting them up. Armut baiting to the side, Carzzy baiting to the side. Astralis can't find a single target to start hitting, but they need to find one soon.
Zanzara, hard man to match. Armut on the backside. Elyoya ready to go in. Armut in the midst of everything. He's played down the miss. Jeskla now going to be in trouble. They burn everything. They've got down Jeskla. They've got down Magifelix. It should be enough. That's the shutdown. They take away the Orianna. Now they can chase as well. They have the command dissonance to keep the movement speed going. Astralis running for the hills. That's the 3rd and final TP from the Mad Lions, and it's Humanoid on the backside. But against the 2 strongest members, this is going to be a hard one. Can go golden with design as if he's got the cooldown, but he doesn't.
Humanoid. Not sure why he went for that play. Maybe he thought they had some kind of flank there. I thought we'd have the Mad Lions of old coming through and showing their teamfight prowess like we saw in spring, because they just keep pincering Astralis, but that's a huge blunder from Humanoid. It's a 4v4 now, but Jeskla has no TP and no ultimate, so basically it's a 3v4. Zanzara has the flash to look for a steal, but he needs a little bit more vision. The Q's going to give it to him. It's all on Zanzara. Can he get it?
Can he get it? Flash into the pick. Can they finish the job? Can they get it? No! Carzzy takes it. Carzzy instantly shifting his attention back to Promise Q. Astralis, you were so close. You fought back so hard. But White Knight now making it out to safety. That's the GA gone. Jeskla maybe something with a bit of damage, but Mad Lions, massive shutdown, massive play, and just like that, they're back in control.
Ooh, Promise Q just gets out as well, but crucial thing to note here. Zanzara is dead for 45 seconds, Mountain Soul's up in 40, so I don't think they're going to be able to contest that either, so Mad Lions keep buying time. If they lose the Dragon Soul, then they're going to have that buff for the rest of the game, of course, so Astralis will be favored the later the game goes, but now they can keep slowing it down. Mad Lions keep buying themselves time, and now they're the ones in the driver's seat. Carzzy's completed his Cyrildas, Humanoid's completed the Lich Bane. Big items coming in here, Spirit Visage for Elyoya. 4th items coming in for every single member, and both of these AP mages don't even have a Rabadons yet. You can see how immobile they are, the Ziggs and the Orianna, when Mad Lions keep pinstering, whether it's a stun card or a combo or Armut off to the side. Astralis are really struggling when they're getting spread out so much.
Mad Lions continue to fish for flanks. You can see Kaiser doing it now. White Knight potentially over-eager here, going to get knocked back to the team. Elyoya, good damage to follow up. White Knight taking his time on that one, more than tanky enough to weather the storm.
Astralis need to be really careful here. If you're contesting this dragon, Mad Lions could run down mid and maybe even look for an end. They could stall you enough. Humanoid can push as much as he wants because he has the ultimate, so they're going to push in mid. Humanoid doesn't have the Baron buff, though.
But they bought time for Zanzar to respawn. Much easier for them to take this one. Are they willing to get the soul at the cost of something more? Humanoid continuing to push forward, debating what his option is. He has the ulti to get in there, but now Astralis priority access to the objective.
Pushing mid. Humanoid's pushing mid, but he's ups against it. They're going to go for the 5v5. Astralis
finish it, leaping in. Elyoya, can he steal the kick? He's kicked out. White Knight again. Zanzar now Humanoid all isolated on his lonesome. They turn right back in, but they're being pulled apart. They're being pulled back and forth. Zanzara isolated. Zanzara taken out, but at the cost of Elyoya, or Humanoid rather, the trade back. Armut now getting knocked up, the peel back. They've got Mountain Soul. If they can make it out of this one, they've won the day in this.
Karzi's above them, though. He's going to poke them out.
Knocked back. Magic Felix goes golden. White Knight in the area. He can try to body block. Ziggs ult not going to connect. Karzi doing so much damage. Jessica still alive for now. Still running, but Elyoya is here. He turns into the teammate. He turns it right back around. White Knight, the last man standing. Mad Lions pushing in for more on the bottom side.
Yeah, but Mad Lions have no TP, so there's a wave in mid, but if White Knight clears that out, I think they should be fine. I don't think Mad Lions can push for anything here. The Baron buff's going to run out. They have a bot wave to work with. Maybe they can get a bot inhibitor, but Zanzar will be up in 15 seconds. All White Knight needs to do is deny this mid wave, and at best, Mad Lions might be able to get 2 inhibitors, but it'll be a 2v2 for a while. Humanoid doesn't have the TP, but Karzi does. 30 seconds on him.
2 inhibitors.
Get the spot. Tower.
To make it into mid lane as well. We are moments away from Zanzara. 2 seconds. He can step forward. They're going to be able to grab at least 1 inhibitor. Will they commit for the mid lane as well?
No,
this 2v2.
They have TPs. Astralis have TPs on both mid and AD carry in 10 seconds. I think Astralis were considering chasing there, but they're going to opt out of it. So, Astralis, 2 big things to note here. 1, White Knight's kick denies Elyoya the steal. He ultimates to try and get it, but he gets kicked out and they finish. Number 2 important thing, Astralis all turn bot side. Everyone commits to Humanoid, but Zanzara doesn't. He makes a mistake. He runs up. He miscommunication there. It must be in the fight because he gets picked off and Humanoid gets picked off. You have to make the argument there. If they're all on the same page, there'll be a 5-man death bot on the map here, and they should be up to win the fight, but they don't. It's a 4v4. Watch Karzi at the top of the screen. He comes from above and pokes him out while Armut is at the bottom. So Astralis again pincered. It's so hard to fight. Do I run into a Gwen or do I run into the Ezreal of Karzi, who manages to solo kill Magic Felix and keep the fight alive? Elyoya obviously gets the resets, and Mad Lions managed to win the fight despite it being a 4v4, losing their mid laner. And now, Mountain Soul, top side setup, 2 minutes 30 on the Baron, 3 minutes 50 on the Elder. The game might slow down a little bit here while Astralis farm up their items and maybe look for some kind of Rabadons on these carries because they really need them.
Astralis have not slowed down all game. We'll see. Maybe this.
They have the wave clear too, though.
Again, Baron, 2 minutes. Elder, 3.5. Ziggs is there to clear some of the wave, but Armut going to grab another 600 gold. He is a very scary Gwen.
Observers, could we look at the gold for a second? Actually, hang on. Zanzara might even look for a fight here.
Not going to be able to proc the Banshees there with that one. Zanzara now stepping forward, trying to get a bit more damage down. Promise you going to try to commit for that one.
He has no flash.
Olive Mist going to keep Armut alive, but they get the TP out. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Humanoid just escorting a wave in. That's super minions on the bottom side that must be responded to.
Yeah, should be pretty easy for Astralis to just clear that out. So looking at the gold, it looks like both of the mages of Astralis, Orianna and Ziggs, are nowhere near the Rabadons. They only have 1 needless each, and they need at least 2.3k to be able to finish it off. So they're not going to be able to get a Rabadons for themselves. So now, White Knight might find Humanoid. He has no flash, but he has ultimate. White Knight should be able to cancel it. Humanoid's going to get caught here.
Can Mad Lions get something else in the mid lane? Humanoid locked up. CC not quite flawless. Meanwhile, on the top side, Armut is pushing in, looking for that 3rd and final inhibitor. Rather, there's still one standing in the mid lane. Astralis now backing away. Just put good damage, but Armut untouchable for now. Good damage firing back. Zanzara holding on for dear life. That's going to be the 2nd inhibitor. That's going to be the 3rd inhibitor. Astralis still alive, but Mad Lions, death by 1,000 cuts is the name of the game.
Astralis have to fight. They have to chase him. They just lost 3 inhibitors for every kill Astralis get. Mad Lions keep getting neutral objectives. 3 TPs, global, side lane pressure, and it's paying off. Yes, they're down in kills and they're losing fights, but they're pulling Astralis around the map so beautifully. 50 seconds on Baron. Humanoid should be up in time, and now Astralis, 3 inhibitors down. They're going to be locked in their base.
Will that be it, is the question. Astralis, they've held on so many times. The soul for them would be massive 2 minutes away. Maybe they can force a Baron. Their team doesn't have the best sustained damage in the game to cut through that objective. Mad Lions getting stronger and stronger, honestly. The Gwen only getting scarier. You can see Armut, a 1-man army in these team fights, even with Humanoid down.
Yeah, the Void Staff's coming in from Felix as well. Jeskler's getting close to the Rabadons, but now it doesn't really matter that you're down 3 inhibitors Astralis. It's either fight instantly or give up the Baron, wave clear, and deal with the Elder Dragon. You have 2 options right now. I think fighting the Baron is a must because it's late in the game. You should be able to clear out these waves pretty quickly. Felix has TP. Jeskler has TP, should be able to clear out top as well, but Humanoid can ult into the base. Armwood has TP as well, so if they do contest this Baron and they wait and they waste a lot of time, this top wave at the top of your screen on the minimap could be very, very dangerous. Mad Lions can end the game through there. If Astralis are not careful, they need to make sure they don't overcommit, but they also need to make sure they contest this Baron.
2 TPs up and available for Mad Lions.
Keep your eyes on that top wave.
They do not have to do anything else. They've got a bot wave pushing in as well. The longer Astralis spend in this area waiting, trying to figure out, trying to find an opportunity, the more likely it is that Mad just TP in and end the game.
Yeah, this top wave will dictate what happens. If Astralis show and decide to clear it out, then Mad Lions are going to start up the Baron. And if they don't decide to clear it out, they're going to TP on it themselves. Jeskler's going to go for it. He has TP as well, but they're going to force it now the second they see him.
Clearing it out. Ziggs certainly a lot of wave clear. Zanzara has to be careful. Armut going over the wall. They're knocking away the blast cone. Zanzara, no flash available. He has no way into the pit. They're forced to concede this Baron. In the meantime, Jessica doing what he can to clear the wave.
That's the trade-off. It's all about top wave. Give up the Baron or give up your base. Astralis don't find a balance between both, and they decide to give up the Baron. Now you have to hold 3 inhibitors versus a Baron buff and Elder Dragon in 30 seconds. You're going to have to contest that, because if you don't, the game is probably over. I think Mad Lions will win out on the fight.
Promise Q. In the middle of nowhere, maybe hoping to find a perfect angle, maybe hoping that Mad Lions cannot simply close the game out with this. He's going to have to walk across the creep wave if he wants to get in the base. Maybe a Hex Flash over the wall, but he's walking face first into El Yo-Yo. They're not going to see him coming. They're not going to see a small window of opportunity where the Leona is not in the fight. Promise Q too thirsty for that flank. May cost him, but he is able to walk away for now. Meanwhile, Mad Lions happen to play the PvE game. If they just keep ushering these minions in, it's a ton of super minions.
It's Bloons tower defense. There's 3 inhibitors down, super minions everywhere, and Baron buffed all over the place. Carzzy can poke them down. 1 tower is surely going to fall. Astralis have to fight.
Alt. Ziggs all going to be instantly mitigated by the
There's so many minions.
Astralis, they don't even get a chance to find the 5v5. Felix, 1 major shockwave. Maybe, just maybe, it can be enough. White Knight kicking him back into the team. Armut, they can't even lock him up. He goes golden humanoid, waiting for the opportunity to find the gold card. Mad Lions is an absolute slaughter. Astralis, there's just too many things to deal with. Kaiser goes in for the 2-man headbutt, pulverized immediately. The stolen Promise Q going to go for it, but Humanoid is not messing around. They will close it out. Mad Lions up to 9 wins.
Wow.